Hey guys, Jag here. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube. It's been about 3 years, I think. Most of everything I ever did on YouTube was just RC stuff, which is really cool, and that's what I plan on getting back into. There was kind of a time there when I kind of fell out of the RCs, had other things to take care of, stuff like that. But I decided to get back into it, and I kind of want to start a new channel. And well, the same channel, but want to continue that, and hopefully I'll get some followers to see my RC life. But let's go ahead and get right into it. So this is a Terran 2 jet boat from NQD. That's the company. And now most of you guys who know what these boats are know that they're not really a hobby grade boat. They're more of a toy grade boat. And that's, that's all fine and dandy. Like if you want your kids to have a better toy grade boat, this would probably be one of the things you want to get, because it's unique in the fact that it is a jet boat. And I know a lot of toy grade boats are just the prop shaft boats. So this is kind of interesting because it can go into shallower waters. It's a lot more responsive in terms of turning and how fast it is and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and dig into it, and I'll show you guys and what I want to do to it, and hopefully you'll follow along. So you're gonna have to bear with me here. I don't have my tripod, so I'm gonna have to hold the camera. Unfortunately, I need to go find my tripod. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but I'll dig for it here in the next couple videos and see if I can't find it. Let's go ahead and dig into this thing. So out of the package, it looks pretty good. I mean, definitely kind of a cheaper grade plastic, I would say. I mean, obviously, it's made in China, I'm pretty sure. But that's not a bad thing. But in terms of longevity and things like that, it could be a problem. But everyone that I've seen on YouTube that has one of these boats, they seem to have a lot of fun with them, especially when you put a brushless system in them. You hop them up, you make them a little quicker, which is really cool. And that's what I plan to do with this boat. Hopefully you guys will stick with me through this. It's going to be quite a few videos, just kind of what I'm going to do to it, what I've taken from other people and put into the boat. There's a ton of really good ideas online that people have been doing to their NQD Terran 2. So yeah, I mean, hopefully everything turns out well, and we can build a pretty quick boat. Jet boats are not normally something you see very often. It's usually the prop shaft boats, like I said at the first of the video. And to get into one of these boats as a jet boat style in the RC world, I mean, there's a couple companies that make them. Streamline's one of them, and they're really expensive, but that for a reason. They're actually really nice boats. They take pride in making sure everything's ready to go, and is going to take on a lot of beating. But you can find these boats online for about 70 bucks. That's what I bought mine for. And yeah, that's a little high price for what you're getting, but it's a great chassis to start on, with the brushless system and the lipo and everything like that. But anyway, I just wanted to show this though, because I think it's kind of neat. You don't see this very often, but it is a jet drive. So it sucks water in from the bottom there, and then shoots it out here, propelling the boat forward, which is kind of interesting. But so out of the package, this is kind of what you get. You get a basic battery charger. Let's see. It says 250 milliamp output. So I don't even. All I know is it's going to take a while. That's what I know. And then right here you get the battery. Oh, excuse me. So right here you get the battery. It's a 9.6 volt NiCad battery, which is kind of weird because if it was, or I'm sorry, nickel. Oh, it is a NiCad battery. Oh, okay. I thought it was nickel metal hydride. I was like, usually one cell is only 1.2 volts or whatever, but I guess NiCads must run differently. Anyway, so it's 9.6 volts, which is actually quite a bit of voltage running through a small system like this. I mean, you know, if you're running a 2-cell LiPo in a brushless setup, that's 7.4 volts, you know, and you can really get some good power out of stuff like that. Even if you're running it in a brushed setup, you know, 7.4 volts is quite a bit depending on what you're running it in. But, you know, and this is a brushed boat. When it comes stock, it's brushed, and you can't actually access any of that. It's all covered underneath the canopy here, and I'll show you that in just a second. So here you get a pretty basic radio. And when I mean basic, I mean very cheap and bound to break very quickly. But it's got an on-off switch, steering wheel, which is very tight and kind of hard to grip because this is just well, it's kind of like a plasticky, like a really, I don't know, kind of like a soft plastic, I guess. Maybe it has like a little bit of rubber on it, I'm not 100% sure, but you know, it's an FM radio, so it's got the antenna that we all love to break off. And it takes a 9-volt battery, just right there in the bottom little screw, and you slide a 9-volt in there. But it still has that pistol grip that we're all used to, which is pretty cool. And it doesn't have a brake, which I guess you don't need one, and I guess you don't need reverse either, which I guess a lot of guys don't run reverse in these because the reverse thrust is awful and you won't be able to steer or anything like that. But I just thought that was kind of funny. I mean, the throw's okay. It's cheap, definitely, but I mean, for what it is, for what you're getting to power this, not bad. But let's go ahead and take off the top here and show you guys the inside. Well, further into the inside, I guess, because you actually can't get into the inside of this boat, but you'll get into the battery tray and compartment. Okay, so here it is, the battery tray, and they come with these like sort of Tamiya style connectors. I don't think they're Tamiya, but I mean they're like a bit smaller than a Tamiya maybe, but not a micro Tamiya style. But there's an on and off switch right here, just a push button style, kind of chintzy and cheap. Water gets into it, it's gonna break, rust, whatever. But that 9.6 volt mic heads, just put that right in there. Plug her in, push her on, turn on your radio. We'll turn on your radio first, obviously, and then push her on, and you should be good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys kind of what power we're working with stock here, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna be a lot. From all the videos that I've seen, it's pretty weak coming out of the box, but it's definitely unique. So like I said, for if you want to leave it stock, if you want to buy your kid or whoever, you know, kind of a decent little like starter boat, you know, that's kind of unique because it's got the jet drive on it, this is probably not a bad deal. It's a little on pricey side because, I mean, if you go to Walmart, you can get a boat for 20 bucks, you know, and it'll probably keep up with this one. But if you do want to, you know, tear into it, tear into it. If you want to tear into it and actually cut out the hole here like most people do, and then start putting in brushless systems, redoing the shaft in it with copper bushing and all that kind of stuff, you know, to make it spin better so water won't come back in. You can lubricate it, all that kind of stuff, which there's a guy on YouTube who's done that, which is really cool, and I'm thinking about doing that. So I don't get a ton of water coming back in through that. Okay, and just one quick thing before we take it inside, I wanted to show you guys, I got a couple parts already ordered in for this boat, which will include my 3-cell LiPo batteries that I'm going to be throwing in here, which is going to really give it some oomph, I'm sure. And these are kind of a smaller pack. Here, I'll open one for you so you can see what they look like. Now, I've never heard of these batteries before, and I don't necessarily know if they perform very well. All as I can tell you is they were actually fairly inexpensive, and hopefully they work really well for me. And what I really found was kind of attractive to me was this Velcro strap, which I can actually use to Velcro in the boat when I build a little plate to go across here. Now, that was kind of an interesting fact. But they're called, excuse me, they're called, I guess this is Florian? I guess that's how you say it? I'm not real sure. But they look nice. I mean, they look like they're, you know, packaged well. The wrapping looks good. And they're fairly small batteries. I mean, look, compared to the NQD battery, they're a little bit wider, but just about as thick. And, you know, honestly, I would say just about as heavy, if not a little bit lighter, actually. So I'm going to try and run these, but they are a 11.1 volt, 3 cell, as we all know, but they're 35C discharge. And that was kind of a cool little thing on these. So they're high discharge batteries. They're 1500 milliamp hours, which, you know, in a small brushless motor, I'm thinking that's going to give me pretty decent runtime. You know, 10-20 minutes, you know, maybe. But I did pick up 2 of them, so there you go. I can, you know, run it for an hour and have fun or whatever. You know, I'm not sure if I'm going to be running it for an hour, but we'll see how that works. And hopefully at the end of the build video, we can figure out the run times we're going to get on these. But these batteries were really inexpensive. I'm trying to remember what I paid for them. I think it was 20 or 30 bucks for 2. I mean, that's a steal. I mean, in a world of RC, a good battery is going to run you 100 bucks. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive to me. But now just remember, if you're going to be, you know, you get what you pay for, I would have to say, in batteries like this. I didn't want to spend a ton of money on this boat, so I'm not going to run really, you know, high performance batteries in it or anything. But we'll give them a try and see how the Florian batteries do. Also, I have picked up some water tubing as well. This is just blue water tubing that I'm going to use for the cooling system on the brushless motor, and hopefully that'll work out for me. Hopefully I got enough, and then that's pretty much all I've got for that right now. But let's go ahead and get it inside and see how it does in the tub. So it doesn't need a lot of water. I've got about 1 inch of water in the tub right now. But let's go ahead and see what it does real quick. Oh wow, yeah, it definitely doesn't have a ton of thrust, but it's got more than I expected. Oopsie. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. So, I mean, it's throwing it up a little ways. I know the guys with the brushes on here, it's throwing all the way up the wall, but not bad. I mean, it definitely doesn't turn great being how it is set up right now. Got water shooting out and stuff, but anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys. As you saw in the tub, it's definitely not impressive by any means, I would say, but you know, for what it is, it does what it needs to do. It puts out, you know, a little bit of thrust. You can feel it when you're holding it, but you know, it's cheap. And you know, the steering servo is not the greatest, you know, stuff like that. It's gonna pull one way or the other, you know, and you're gonna have to tune that, trim that, if you plan on keeping it stock and stuff like that, which we don't. So hopefully once we get it brushless out, it'll be a lot more powerful. And by the looks of it, on every other video on YouTube, I think that's what we're gonna achieve. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I know I kind of talked your ear off in this video, but I just wanted to give you an idea of the Terran 2 jet boat, and I wanted to kind of give you an idea of what I'm going to be doing to it this next couple months. And so hopefully you guys stick with me, and we get a finished product, and there'll be a lot of videos of us just bashing it and running it up rivers and stuff like that. There's a ton around where I live, and so yeah, hey, I appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you next time.